I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world?
Top K-pop is here with a midnight mystery that makes armies all over the world excited. What really happened? Get ready, because this is not just ordinary news. This is a true story that could be the beginning of something that changes K-pop history forever. In a world where every step an idol takes can shake the world, only a few are able to create a stir without a word. And that night, on July 5th, 2025, one name froze time again: Jungkook. There was no announcement, no live broadcast, no music, but the whole world knew something was happening. The clock showed almost midnight. Incheon International Airport was no longer as busy as during the day. However, a small group of fans who still hung around there, whether out of instinct or hope, suddenly found an unexpected sight. A man emerged from the shadows, darkly hooded, wearing a mask, walking quickly but calmly. In the dark, he looked like an ordinary figure, but not to those who had known the silhouette their whole lives. In a matter of minutes, social media was on fire. Blurry photos, a 3-second video of those mysterious steps, and one question that shook the world. Was that Jungkook? And was he headed to Paris? What made it even crazier? The man's presence was so mysterious, almost ghostly. There was no entourage of managers, no professional camera lights. Not even an official HYB staff member was in sight. Just the thud of his shoes on the airport's marble floor and the silence that made every second feel tense. An army who happened to be on the scene said, "When I saw him walk, it felt like the world stopped. Not just because of who he was, but because of the way he appeared, like a new story was about to begin." And as usual, digital detectives took over. Within hours, armies around the world had dissected every detail, from the type of hoodie he was wearing, to the bag he was carrying, to the distinctive gait that favored the right foot first, like they'd seen in old fan cams. It all led to one conclusion: it was Jungkook. But then came something even more shocking: a leaked Air France flight manifest. There was a suspicious name on it, a passenger with the initials JJ. The destination? Paris. The departure time? A midnight flight. There was no official confirmation, but no denial either. And in Jungkook's world, silence is the strongest signal. But why Paris? And why so secretly? Paris isn't just a city. It's a global stage. A place where visionaries make history. And ever since Jungkook became the face of Calvin Klein, rumors have been swirling. Runway appearances, world-class fashion collaborations, exclusive line launches, or something more? Because this trip felt like more than just fashion, not just a photo shoot. There was a different energy. It felt like the prologue to a bigger story yet to be told. Speculation flooded the internet. The first theory: a surprise appearance at Paris Fashion Week. Fashion watchers say some of the biggest designers are preparing secret collections, and Jungkook's name is reportedly on the list of special guests. The second theory: a global musical reunion. Is this a sign that Jungkook is preparing a secret collaboration with an international artist like Dua Lipa or The Weeknd? The rumors have been revived after a while of being dormant. The third theory: a top-secret personal project. Many believe that he is filming an in-depth documentary about his identity, about his life during his military service, or perhaps about a side of himself that has never been seen by the public. And as if the universe wanted to add fuel to the fire of speculation, just 18 hours later, a photo emerged of a silhouette of a man on the balcony of a luxury Paris hotel. His right hand has a familiar tattoo. There is no mistake, it is Jungkook. Shortly after, Paris fans claim to have seen him at a small cafe near Montmartre. His appearance remained mysterious: a black coat, dark glasses, and a calm aura. But what is curious are the three people with him. Are they part of the creative team? Designers? Or maybe co-producers of a secret project? Then came the short video. A hooded man enters a luxury black van near the Eiffel Tower, escorted by someone who is strongly suspected to be a member of HYB's security team. There is still no official confirmation, but it all feels very real. Instead, it all feels like it's just entering its most crucial chapter. Every hour that passes in Paris feels like a ticking clock towards something bigger. And as usual, Jungkook's movement patterns are never random. From the luxury hotel where he was spotted, now the rumors have shifted to a legendary studio located on the outskirts of the city, where some of the world's icons have recorded works that changed the history of music. Coincidence? Nothing is a coincidence when it comes to Jungkook. Some fans in Paris even claim to have heard a distinctive vocal sound from a closed, heavily guarded studio building for 2 nights in a row. There was no official sign, no HYB flag, no publicity. But they knew. Their hearts knew. Because the sound was too familiar to ignore. And the mystery grew when the next morning, a French composer uploaded a cryptic Insta story featuring only a keyboard, a cup of espresso, and the caption, "A golden voice just passed through here." Coincidence? Or a hidden signal? Paris is not just a city of lights, but a city of secrets. And if Jungkook is there for more than just fashion, then we are likely witnessing the birth of a major project that has been in the making for a long time. Maybe it's not about one song, but about a whole concept. A new era. An era that will redefine who Jungkook is post-military. No longer the golden magne, but a global icon free from old expectations and ready to start a new narrative. And what's more surprising, some sharp eyes have linked his presence in Paris to a much bigger global plan. An old rumor that had disappeared in 2023 is back. The Golden World Tour. Yes, a world tour that was supposedly planned long ago, but postponed for various reasons: military, timing, and strategy. But now, the puzzle is starting to look complete. Paris might not just be the first stop. It could be the silent launch of the biggest global project ever undertaken by a BTS member as a solo artist. And HYB's continued silence further strengthens that assumption. They know the world is watching, but they choose to stay silent. They know cameras are waiting on every corner of the streets of Paris, but they haven't given a single official clue. Because this is how they let this story grow on its own. Let the world guess. Let ARMY piece together the puzzle. Because in the end, when all is revealed, the reaction will be much more powerful than just a regular press release. But behind all the theories and predictions, we must not forget one thing. Jungkook is human. He is a young man who grew up in front of the world, an artist who has given his all for over a decade. And if these nights in Paris are his way of rediscovering his breath, his space, his new version, then that is the most human and the most moving thing of all. Maybe he is not just looking for a stage. Maybe he is creating one. And that stage is not built of light or sound, but of time, experience, pain, serenity, and the desire to speak again. In a different way, with a new voice, with a more honest message. So we ask again, what does his presence in Paris mean to you? Is this the beginning of a musical revolution? Is this a sign that the world should prepare for a new version of Jungkook that we have never known before? Or maybe this is the silence before the storm, where everything is about to change once again. One thing is for sure, the world is holding its breath. And all of us, as part of this story, are sitting in the front row, waiting, watching, and preparing to love the new version of Jungkook that we have never known before. Next, stay tuned with us at Top K-Pop. Because this story isn't over yet. It never will be. Because history is being written in the Paris sky tonight. And Jungkook is holding the golden pen.